Hey guys, it's your boy Zen and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a massive update, patch 1.05 that just dropped in Cyberpunk. I'm still downloading because my internet is slow as shit, but now let's dive deep into the patch notes and see what exactly have they fixed. Hotfix 1.05 is now live on Xbox and PlayStation systems. PC version will follow soon. If you remember, 1.04 was out on PlayStation and PC and Xbox users didn't have it yet. So maybe in 1.06 the PlayStation users won't have it yet. We'll see how it works then. Anyways, here's the full list of changes. As you see for the quest, it's a massive list, even more than 1.04. And I'm glad to see that. I'm glad that they're still fixing all the bugs and glitches that are still in the game. However, I still think there are still a lot more bugs and glitches in the game, and I'm sure they will fix it in many more patches to come. Anyways, I'll give you some time to read all the quests. Hope you had time to read all the quests, and I hope you saw some of the bugs and glitches that you've been facing fixed inside the quest. Anyways, moving on to gameplay. Improve the reaction times of NPCs taking cover. This is pretty good, I think, cause whenever you start shooting or anything, NPCs just straight up lie down and crouch down and just cry at the same spot. So this should be good. Try to make NPCs AI a bit more smarter cause they are just stupidly fucking dumb now. Even the enemies are freaking dumb too. Even in very hard mode, they are stupid dumb. So that is good. Curtail the number of shots needed to kill civilians from a distance while in combat. I think previously it was pretty easy to kill civilians, 1 or 2 shots will kill them. So now it's good that as your level increases, as your damage of pistol increases, maybe the skill, how much shots you need to kill the NPCs increases too. Jesus Christ, what am I talking about? Anyways, moving on to visual. Fixed an issue with Delamin's image displayed on top of the current caller during phone calls. Holy shit, this was such a massive issue for me. His face was always on the left, every single time. The creepy ass robotic white face merging with Judy and Panem, and I'm trying to, get it right there. It just distraction, and it's just real creepy, So I'm just glad that it's just fixed finally. V's mouth doesn't stay open after entering the space lock in Where Is My Mind. Fixed some UI overlap issues, which is great. V appears more modest in the inventory preview after the half-year montage. I'm not really sure what it is. If you do know what it is, just comment down below. I don't know what is the half-year montage. Tried searching for it, couldn't find anything. NPCs are faster to appear in the quest area during Stadium Love. That is good, but they have to do that for the open world too. Sometimes I'm walking around and there's literally no one in front of me. It's just an abandoned street, even though it is a pretty populated city area. Added some warmth to HDR. My TV is pretty shit. I do not have HDR, so to those who do have HDR, good job for you, good job. Fixed T-posing NPCs in suspected organized crime activity. Just say no and gig hot merchandise. This is pretty good because T-posting NPCs are still everywhere. It's not only these particular missions. I'm pretty sure they're in a lot of other missions and also in open worlds where you just see T-posting NPCs just T-posing. Is kind of creepy, especially at night when you're just walking around and an NPC is just there T-posing at the same time talking to his friend. What the heck? Anyways, fixed an issue whereby after a breakdance, it was possible to be stuck in third-person view with no head. Luckily, I've not experienced it and I do not want to experience that, and hopefully it is fixed because that just sounds creepy as fuck. Silencer icons are no longer displayed with no image in the inventory. UI. Fixed an issue with weapon crosshair persisting on screen. I think that would be quite irritating, especially after getting to a vehicle or being in a cutscene, so that's great that it's got fixed. The inventory menu no longer closes immediately after opening it for the first time after leaving a car. This was an issue for me as well. Fixed an issue whereby upon accessing a fast travel terminal, the button shown on the top right corner prompting to open the quest journal would not work. I guess that would be a pretty big issue, if that was an issue for me. I didn't experience it, but I'm glad that it is fixed. Performance and stability. Multiple stability improvements including crash fixes. Great, hopefully it removes almost every single crash that has happened. I think I've had around like 6 or 7 crashes so far. Unfortunately, more than half of these did happen after the 1.04 update. So hopefully this 1.05 will fix most of the crashes now. Miscellaneous. Off-screen explosions make noise now. I guess that is good, but I don't know how I feel about it because the game itself is quite noisy, but I guess it's for like it's more for the immersion and stuff nowadays. PC specific, holy shit, that's a lot. Optimized default core, blah blah blah, 8 core, 12 core, 16 core processors remain unchanged and behaving as intended. This change was implemented in cooperation with AMD and based on tests on both sides indicating that performance improvement occurs only on CPUs with 6 cores and less. Fixed an issue the way raw input is collected, removed the use of AVX instruction set, thus fixing crashes occurring at the end of the prologue on processors not supporting AVX. That sounds pretty good, but the rest of it I have no idea what's happening because I'm just not a PC guy. Remove debug console to prevent functions that could lead to crashes or blocked quests. This doesn't mean we don't want to support the modding community, stay tuned for more info on that. That sounds great too, looks like they're not curtailing the modding community and allowing them to do whatever they want in the future. So we're gonna see some exciting stuff, especially with V, Judy, and Pan Am, you know. Ray trace reflection should no longer seem too bright in comparison to the environment. Sounds good too. Fixed an issue with Steam overlay crash on game shutdown. And finally, remove the memory pool budgets.csv file, which was not connected with the final version of the game and had no influence on it. It was a leftover file used during the development to estimate memory usage. It had no effect on how much memory was actually allocated. Perceived performance increase after editing the file may have been related to restarting the game. So maybe it was just a placebo effect or two, who knows. Anyways, finally we come to console specific, which is more of my area. Improved image sharpness with chromatic aberration and film grain on. I don't know how I feel about these. I always have them turned off to improve the performance, so I guess I have to turn it back on to see if it actually improves how it looks. I feel like the FPS will drop but the graphics might improve. I don't know, we'll have to see. Settings should no longer reset to default after several game session restarts. That is great too, like I previously mentioned. It's been a massive problem, you know, every single time you come back to the game, the sensitivity is all different, copyright music is back to off, you know, everything's just default, so it's just great it's fixed because it's just been an annoying little fucking bitch. Fixed visual issues occurring during the transition between the heist and Love Like Fire. Corrected the look of several vehicles. That is good. A lot of times the vehicles just look like boxes sometimes when it doesn't load properly. For Xbox, entering combat while Synapse accelerator is active no longer ends in player health bar not being displayed. Also for Xbox, game no longer becomes unresponsive when signing out from a profile when the controller disconnection message is visible. Both of that were a big problem for Xbox, always saw people complaining about it, so it's great that it got fixed. Telemetry consent requests will appear once more due to an earlier issue with settings reset. Fixed an issue whereby it was possible to fall down the elevator shaft in Mega Building H8 in Automatic Love. Kudos to CDPR, this is such a massive update, even much more massive than 1.04, much more bigger than what I thought they would put. However, even though they did fix many bugs and glitches, it kinda didn't really focus on the performance on the base PS4 and Xbox One. I do understand they said they will release a patch on January and February focusing on it, but I don't know, I just wanted a bit more so the FPS is better and just the whole gameplay is better, because even when you see my videos on, like, I don't know, the best outfit or whatever, you see the gameplay is freezing every now and then. It is just not fun to play. But putting that aside, it is still a massive amount of bugs and glitches that were fixed, and I'm happy the CDPR did put out the update as early as they did. They say 1 week and they freaking delivered. One thing that I am not seeing is any address of money glitches or any bugs or anything that causes, like, I don't know, XP glitches and stuff like that. I don't see any fixes regarding that, so I don't know if they are fixed. My update is still downloading because my internet is slow. After it's download, I'm gonna do a full testing of all the glitches and stuff to see if they are still working, and I'll post the update video on it if it's still working or not. What do you guys think of this update? Do you think it helped you a lot? I feel like I should have actually waited with my walkthrough, since this update did fix a lot of issues that I did face in my walkthrough, you know. So maybe I should have waited and just played the game after the 1.05 update. I don't know. Hopefully people will stop asking for refunds now, because this did address a major part of the game and a lot of bugs and glitches. So comment down below, what do you think? Has your gaming experience improved? What do you think of this update by CDPR? And when do you think the next update gonna be? Is it gonna be January? Yeah, probably gonna be. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Hope this video helped you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.